Hi sweeties, Gyampo. If you don't already know by now, Kalibita Gyampo will come back to our channel. Today's video, we will be talking about, needed to get comfortable. In today's video, we will be talking about my 26 for 2026. These are all the 26 books that I want to read before 2026 ends. I'm a little late to the party because I know majority of people have actually posted this video during Bookmas, but my platform, my routine, did I just say routine? Or whatever. But yeah, I actually wrote them down, so it might be a bit quick. Usually, like, I don't know what's up with me and filming long videos nowadays, and editing is a drag, but I enjoy these like sessions. I enjoy long form content. I realized like how much I missed making long form content, but I realized why I didn't like making long form content. Making them so much fun, so nice, so easy. Editing, editing is a drag. But anyways, found the list, yay. Yeah, so we're gonna just discuss a few. So yeah, without further ado, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have anything to say. Remember, constructive criticism. I repeat, constructive criticism. Let's start. Okay, so these are 26 books that I want to read for 2026. Some of these books I physically have, majority of them I don't. And I just realized, hey, some of these might be expensive, so we might not be getting this year unless someone generously wants to get me something. Kidding. Don't spend your hard-earned money on me. Or do you? Spoil me. Why don't you? Spoil me. Kidding. Okay, the first book I want to read is June 1st by Jennifer Hartman. I know you guys know this was on my 25 books to read for 2025, but then we're putting it on 26 books for 2026 up until I read that book. We are going to read that book this year. I swear, I promise you. Mwah! Pinky promise. Pinky promise. With your pinky. Kiss it. Mwah. Kiss it. Thank you. Good. The next book we're gonna read is Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. Like I've said before, heard so many good things by this author, and I just have to read her book. The next one is Regretting You by who is it by? Wait, let me search real quick. It's not the one by Colleen Hoover, because a lot of people were like, is it the one by Colleen Hoover? No, boo boo. It's Christian fiction. I keep forgetting her name, and someone actually did ask me about her. Oh, it's not Regretting You, it's Redeeming Love. Oh, is it Regretting You? Let's skip that one. We'll jump straight back to that one. I don't know why I wrote Regretting You. Okay, the next book is The Nightingale. So many people, I don't know, it's been on my FYP for like a full-on week. So I think that is a sign for me to read that book, because there's no way I'm seeing the same book for an entire week. There's no way. It has to be a sign for me to read that book. And a lot of people sobbed. A lot of people love her. Kind of, what's her name? I think Kristen Hannah, if I'm not mistaken, that's her name. She's also the author of The Woman Who. That's also another book that I've heard such amazing things about. So we might also like read The Woman, but it's not on the list. But yeah. The next book is Alchemized. Now this book, I don't know any fantasy person that's read this book and not loved it. Like, they probably are, but I haven't seen anyone who's read this book and not loved it. Honestly, every single time this book pops up, everyone has great things to say about this. I haven't seen one bad review on this book. And I'm not a fantasy person, but I want to know what the hype is about. It's giving FOMO. Honestly, just giving FOMO. The next book is Everything I Know About Love. Oh, I actually added this book is because the reason I added this book is because one specific post. This post said that if you're in your early 20s or mid 20s, you need to read this book. So I think basically it's about the title itself is like Everything I Know About Love I Know Because of Friendships, My Friendships, or something like that. And there were a few quotes that I saw that were like stood out for me, and I'm like I have to have this book. I need to know what's going on. I need to know what this book has to say. Hence it's added. The next book on my 26 books for 2026 is A Man Called Ovi. Now this book was actually added to my you know, in TikTok you have the thing favorites, and then you can actually group your favorite videos, right? I added this book to if you want to feel something, read these books folder, and it's been there for a hot minute, and I'm like, let me pick some books off of that folder, because I know I love crying, guys. I love, if a book does not make me sob, did I really read it? Did I? So hence it was added. The next book we added is Quicksilver, and the only reason I added this book is because of my friend Husna. Like, she adored that book, and that was a thick book. She doesn't read thick books. One thing about Husna, she does not read the thick books. So the fact that she read that book, she finished that book, and she adored that book, even bought the physical copy. That's how much she loved that book. I needed to read it. I need to know what happened. I need to know what it's about. The next book is My Husband's Wife. I think this one is a thriller. The last time I checked, basically this woman, I think she goes to work, her husband's at home, or she goes on a trip or something, and then when she comes back, her husband has a new wife. I don't know if the wife looks exactly like her or something. I might be thinking of a different book actually. I don't know if this is the same book. Don't know. I might be confusing it with another book. No, I think it is the book. That's what I got from the book. I think the blurb, when I saw it, and I was like what in the clone is going on? I must find out. I must find out. Next book, oh, I'm so excited for this one. It's Heartstopper Volume 6. If you've watched my books that I have but have not read, I have Heartstopper Volume 1 till 5. Volume 6 actually comes out July 7th, and I will be getting it. And before it comes out, I will have read every single one of those books, Volume 1 till 5. I'm done with Volume 1 and 2. We're just left with 3, 4, and 5. By the time 6 comes out, you will be done. Next book is Wings of Starlight. Don't know what that book is, to be fair. Like, I'm just reading off a list here. I don't know the cover. I maybe know the cover, hence why I wanted to read the book. Other than that, I don't know anything about that book. Hi, girl. Next book is One Piece. Now, this is one of my boyfriend's favorite manga, and I was like, okay, fine, since he's reading one of my favorite book series, the Ravenheart trilogy, let me dabble in what he likes as well. And one of his favorite mangas is One Piece, so I'm like, yeah, I'll read that. Turns out One Piece has so many freaking chapters or whatever, or pieces, what volume, something, and I'm like yeah, babe, I think the fact that I'll be reading at least 5 should be enough, because there's no way I'm reading, I think there's 100 and something or 200 and something. I'm like, boy, no. The next book is Things We Never Got Over. I think I have that book. I'm not even sure, but I think I do have that book. A lot of people loved that book. Well, 50-50, I did see one bad review on it. Because she suffers a lot, or someone suffers a lot, they don't believe her, or they think she wants attention or something, and that just drove people insane. And I'm like, okay, I need to understand a book that's always controversial. I want to read it. Like, I want to understand what's the discord and how I feel about it, what's my opinion about it, because yeah, most of the time they like, if a lot of people gather with one thing and be like it's bad, then it's probably is because they have the same view on something. But then it's always best to get your own opinion on it, like read it for yourself and then make your own assumptions or make your own conclusions on it before siding with everybody else, just because everybody else is like saying it's the correct answer. So read it for yourself, and then yeah, so that's where my mind is at. And then we have, I don't know how to pronounce this, Dairy Bonds or Dire Bonds. I don't know how to pronounce that. That is a fantasy book and it's so pretty. Not gonna lie, I only chose that because the cover is so pretty and I think it's in a size that I adore. You know, I love those big ass books. I think it's in that size, so I was like, okay. The next book is the Book of Azrael. Why are there so many fantasy books here? I'm gay. Who? Yes. The next book is the Book of Azrael. Who loved that book? Again, another book. I think some of the books here. Oh no, this book was actually recommended by one of my book club girlies. Daddy! Oh yeah, Gwen. One of my book club girlies, hence I decided to read it, right? Other than that, she gave it a 5-star, I think. She said it was the best book she's read last year. Hence I was like, okay, ding, adds to TBR. Plus she could do no wrong. Like, my book club girlies could do no wrong in my eyes. Never. The next book. Okay, is it dark? I think it's gotten dark now. So sorry. Where was I though? I think I was at the Book of Azrael. Yeah. And then the next book we're gonna be reading is Legend. Is it Legendary? I don't think it's Legendary, because I remember I did make a mistake with that. Legend Born, not Legendary. Legend Born is a fantasy book. I don't know if it's a fantasy series or fantasy book. A lot of people loved that book and I've been meaning to read it, and I'm like, let me just add it to the list. The next book is, what's going on with my list? My list is moving and I'm not doing anything. Don't know why. Done. Okay. Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. This is just one of those books where, you know, when you read a book and then you let it go and then read it, and then I've been starting that book I think 5 times already, and so we're just gonna sit down properly and finish the book. I know it's a series, I believe, but I just want to read that specific book. But then I know if I read that book then it's just gonna be added to book series that I'm currently in the middle of, and I was trying to like decrease the amount of book series that I've started and not finished, but reading is reading. So yeah. Next book, A Love Letter to Whiskey. This book has made so many people cry and I want to be added to that list, so we will be. Next one, Red Rising. I loved that cover. Don't know what that book is about. We added it. Another book we added just because the cover's pretty. Yeah, am I gonna love the book? Don't know, we'll see, but we added it. Another book that I'm reading because it made people cry, Under Your Scars, and it's also the first book in a series. I think there's 3 books in that series. I know how it ends because BookTok spoiled it for me, but I want to get to the ending. I want to cry. So yeah. The next book is Made by Ali Hazelwood. I feel like each time I'm in a slump, I'm gonna just take one of the books here, because majority of the books that I added here are books that are supposed to get me out of a reading slump. That's one thing I noticed. But like Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang, June 1st, The Book of Azrael, Legend Born, those are the books that, and Made by Ali Hazelwood, those are the books that like usually take people out of reading slumps. So this is actually great. Made loved Bride. I think that was her first fantasy introduction into that was her first introduction to fantasy, hence so many people loved it so much that she made a sequel to it, which is Made. We're reading that one and we're getting the book copy to that one. And the next book is Everything is Tuberculosis. I actually saw one creator talk about this book, who is, I think her name is Eden, I'm not sure, Eden, I forgot her name, but I saw her reading a certain part of this book and I loved that part, and I'm like, let me read the entire book. But yeah, the next book is 1,000 Splendid Sun. Don't know what that book is about, forgot even what that book looks like. The next one, Immortal Dark. Ooh, a lot of people love that book. A lot of people loved that book. I don't even know if is it a dark academia or a dark fantasy. I don't know. Is it a romantasy? Guys, I like Vietnamese. The next one is One Dark Window. The reason I actually read this book is because I want to read this book is because I was on video call with Hosna, and then she says that's one book she's been reading. That's one book that's kept her reading, and it's so nice. But then she explained a certain aspect of this girl has a voice in her head, a dark voice in her head, so she doesn't know who the love interest is, if it's the voice in her head or if it's someone else physically outside. And I kept saying I hope it's the voice in her head. Which makes zero sense. Oh my god, now that I'm thinking about it, that makes zero sense. But I hope it's the voice in her head. So yeah, the last book is The Perfect Marriage, which is a thriller. The last time I checked, oh, her husband cheated. She is a lawyer, so now I think the mistress died and the husband is a suspect, so she needs to defend her husband now. But I'm like, isn't that illegal? Because like thinking of interest or something. But I'm like, I want to read that book. We need to go back to another book. Which book do I need to go back to? I think Regretting You. No, it's Regretting You. Said it's Redeeming Love. Redeeming Love, not Regretting You. Which book did I say we're gonna? Yeah, I think it's Redeeming Love, right? The book that I say we're gonna get back to. Yeah, I think that's one. But yeah, those are my 26 books for 2026. Thank you for staying till the very end of the video, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Bye.